The reading glasses are on. It's time for another insert from Unmasking Lemon's Thesis by me, Gloria Weber. This is from issue number 1, page 9. If for those wondering, Lemon's nickname is also M, which is how I generally refer to her throughout the book. Another dead end, literally. Tina Hicks, who M suspected was Whip the Trickster, was dead. Her thesis project was going nowhere. At this rate, not only would she not get her PhD, but she'd fail to get the answers she sought. She pushed the ocean of papers off the top of her desk and slammed her laptop shut before spinning in her desk chair. The cement block, high-gloss white walls of her dorm room turned into a blur for a second. When she stopped, Em stared at the window with the standard issue hanging blinds. She'd been living there since her 18th birthday, but had never bothered to decorate. Em hadn't even bothered to do something about the second unused bed. She left the pale blue eyesore bare. Not that her room was empty. Her closet was full of clothes, and she had a microwave atop a tiny fridge. She even had a filing cabinet. But that was it. Practical stuff only. She spun herself again and again. She wanted to feel nausea or dizziness. Anything was better than the failure she felt right then. Yet, before either of those feelings hit, there came a knock-knock from her door. That was a rare sound. Em stood and mentally listed who it could be. Number 1, police. I've done something again. Number 2, college security. I've done something again. Number 3, dorm RA. I've done something again. Number 4, Hugh Roberts. She opened the door to find a 21-year-old male with a scraggly goatee and stringy brown hair biting his lower lip. "Hi, Hugh," she said, stepping back for option number 4. He hesitated, false started a couple times, but eventually entered her room. He didn't get very far, and Em was barely able to shut the door. Em never really believed that crap about asking and the universe delivering. That had failed her too many times before, but she was almost ready to believe again. After all, hadn't she wanted a distraction? Hugh would do perfectly. "You came at just the right time," she said, encircling her arms around his neck and coming up for a kiss. He turned his head and said, "Lemon, wait." She knew he was serious when he gently reached up and took her hands off of him. For the millionth time, she told him, "I prefer M." "Lemon fits you," he said, looking at her hairline, reminding her why. M frowned and looked him up and down. These weren't his usual paint-stained clothes. No, these were new. He hid his dad-bought belly under a blue flame lounge shirt, and his black pants still had the store-bought creases in them. "What's the special occasion?" she asked. "Nothing." He suddenly became aware of her assessment and tried to cover his shirt with his arms. Considering how her day was going, she had a guess. "Is it Lucy?" His eyes practically bulged. How? How did I know you've been cheating on me for the past 3 months? I'm not an idiot." Em shook her head and fell back, landing on a seated position on her bed. He shook his head in reply. "Yeah, we all know you're a super genius, and I guess I was obvious about it all. It's just, I don't know. I didn't think you cared enough to even notice." "So, if dressing like this was for Lucy, why are you here?" she prompted him to get to the point. "I'm here to break up with you." He looked her in the eyes when he said that. All that mustered up courage and resolution made his hazel eyes bright. "Is she waiting outside?" Em asked. "In the truck," said Hugh. Shame averted his gaze. Well, that rules up breakup sex, she thought, as her distraction possibilities went up in smoke. No longer wanting to be a part of this, she told him, "Fine, get out." She didn't have to tell him twice. He opened her door and ran out. He didn't even bother closing it. Poor Em. It's been a really rough day for her, and, getting broken up with sucks. So if you want to find out, does her day get better? Does the story get any more interesting? What about that thesis? Does it ever work out? Pick it up.